my mom knows not to call me, like, because after what happened in 2019, that she called me and it was such bad news, I have like a little PTSD. So I asked my mom, like, don't call me like that. Text me first and then call me. So if she calls me, I know it's gonna be an emergency. And I was like, Bruno, my mom just called me. So I call her back and I'm like, Mom, I'm about to go teach a workshop and have tech. I'm debuting with Bruno today. Like, I need to be, like, I have to focus. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I just had an accident. I fell down the stairs and I broke my arm and my clavicle and I need to go into surgery right now. My mother, this is the most important person in my life. And yeah, I had to be like, okay,
I don't know how to
there's nothing I can do right now. I couldn't go to Mexico. I called her after the workshop. First of all, it was probably one of the hardest workshops I've ever had to teach in my life. We did tech, and then I called her again. I was like, okay, what should I do? Should I fly over there? And she's like, no, they can't do the surgery because I tested positive for COVID. So I couldn't go to Mexico. I couldn't do anything. So I was like, I'm like, okay, at this point I have to just focus on what I have to do because I can't like ruin the debut and my mom is like, you know, with the situation. So this was the moment that I had to really like just focus and we did it. Friday was amazing.
Give a round of applause, guys. Carol Flores and Bruno Rodriguez partnership debut.
We did it. One down, one more to go. And then party. Party. Sepamo.
Nice. What did it?
We had a really good time. Saturday, it was still amazing. The floor was sticky for me, so it was like, I didn't love that. And the funniest thing is that we had so many rhinestones on our costume. And we haven't been on a stage in a long time too. The lights, everything. I was blinded.
It sounds, so I know it sounds extra.
No, it's
it
real.
does sounds extra.
I know,
but
it's real.
honestly, like we rehearsed here, we didn't have any lights. I mean, we have like one or two, but then with the lights and everything, I couldn't find where, like her hands. I don't know how to get her because I was honestly like I couldn't see.
I so like when I came down, I was like, Bruno, I was blinded by the rain. So he's like,
I was like, me too. Everything was like
blinded.
mostly connection because we knew each other, but. Like I was distracted.
The 3 years of practice helped because now we could, like, we literally can do, I think, this routine with our eyes closed.
No, because I need to catch
definitely
it. Yeah.
But you know, let's pretend. And we were able to like do the hard partner work
everything
out of like practice because I was so blinded by the rhinestones.
And then we shot. I mean, we had the entire Congress experience, and then that Tuesday we shot the video, and that was amazing. I was super sweaty at the end. I was super tired. I had like 2 bandanas because I sweat a lot.
Yes.
It was a lot. It was like 2 hours and a half.
Yeah, and like my costume is heavy, and my costume hits Bruno. Like, you know, when we first did like a dress rehearsal, you could hear like.
I still feel it.
Yes, but with the music, like you don't hear it as much, so you forget about it and you're just going. But with the video, oh my God.
I was like,
yeah, the costume felt heavy. All of a sudden, my hair started like, you know, like it was just so hot.
Your back was like
bleeding because that trick that you all like telling, we had to do it so many times to make sure that we had the right shot. That his rhinestones were cutting my back, so my back was bleeding. Like you can see, like
there's one part in the video that her back's like
see
red.
my back that is red if you really look. And yeah, it was tough to record the video, like do it so many times over and over. And the costume was heavy, and he was sweating, and I was bleeding, and like.
But it was so like I watched the video like I think like 2-3 times still per day. Yes. I mean like one in Instagram, one in Facebook, one in YouTube. Did reel everything. So it was like everything was so much.
It was good. It was perfect. We were in the zone. I didn't get tired. You know, there's always a little.
Of course. But the thing is, like, I like stood up from the pose and I was like, oh, so that's it.
Yeah.
Because we're used to like just do it and do it and do it, but I'm
it
so
felt
happy.
good. It felt good.
I'm so happy. The thing is, like,
and, you know, we tell the story because you're always gonna have obstacles and there's always gonna be things that are gonna happen to you. But you know, if you're with the right people, if you have the same goals. It's going to be much easier to overcome it. And, you know, I've had many partnerships and I've been through a lot of things in my career. And at some point you gotta make the hard decisions, and when you make the hard decisions, then you open the room for the right decisions or for the right people. So, you know, like we have such amazing chemistry together. We rehearse the same way. Like we're both just equally obsessed with, you know, doing things right and making sure that, you know, I still, you know, I love the video. I think the video is amazing, but I still watch it and I'm like, why am I shoulders up, or why is this like, you know, I'm never gonna be like 100% satisfied with what I'm doing, because I think there's always room for improvement. But just, you know, everything that we went through together got us to this moment where we were able to perform again, where I'm healthy again. Our friendship is so strong. You know, it's just
It is super important to talk about this because people just usually see the video and the final product. And there's so much behind that video that you see, that performance that you see on stage. There's so much that we do in the personal and the professional aspect that people don't talk about it. And it's really important to know that, yes, we just saw the video. There were 3 years behind that we started trying to work together, and that we suffered through a lot of stuff and went through a lot of stuff, and we never give up. It was so easy in the pandemic to be like, screw it, we're just gonna stay as friends, like eat and whatever, and then we still push and still made it, and there's so much more that we still want to do.
And because my career is sort of established. You know, you could argue that I don't have to like, you know, kill myself doing all these things anymore, and I could have just dropped the towel and be like, you know what, let's just stay friends and I'll just keep doing like my solo stuff. But at the end, we want to tell the story because it's a story about perseverance, you know, and like the thing, you, like I said all the time, like keep your eye on the prize. And you know, I'm older and it's harder and we went through a pandemic, but we still train and we still want to do things right, and we still want to push through, and we want to finish what we started, and we did it. And we hope that, you know, this video can inspire you that no matter what you could go through, because we went through qualifying exams, murders, accidents, health issues, injuries, like a pandemic, all of these things, if you still want it, you know, you just have to keep pushing, and then you're going to achieve it. Thank you so much for all the love that you've given us on the video, on the reels, on the stories. We really appreciate it. It means so much because, like you already know, we've gone through a lot. So thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you.
We hope that you love our partnership. And yeah, stay tuned for more.
Quickly, because I can't speak shit. Thank you all for coming. It means a lot.
That's a pride.
It means a lot for us, for all of you to be here. Our Salsa family and my lab family. Thank you all for coming. We've been through.
The last year and
That's usually how my brain works. It means a lot because we went through a lot of shit since 2018. I was telling her that I almost finished the PhD before I did it with her, but so thank you. I'm really happy, and for me it's still an honor to dance next to her.
We went through so much to be here, tragedies and pandemics and things that you can't even imagine, but we're here and we couldn't think about doing this performance without you guys, basically. Going to Miami and not having like the people that have been with us in one way or another throughout this entire journey. So we're very thankful that you're here, and I do want to say that I've been through a lot in my dancing career, and I think that maybe I did something right along the way, because now I can have Bruno as my partner. partner and amazing friend. So I'm really lucky to share the stage with you, and I hope you guys enjoy